Hello and welcome to Wolfman Gaming. This is my Layers of Fear 2 blind playthrough. And in the previous episode, we did an amazingly annoying puzzle. One of those puzzles that or amazingly annoying is me exaggerating. But it wasn't very fun, because it's one of those. In Inheritance, I had problems with some of the puzzles just from Chief Security Officer, to whom it may concern. It has come to my attention that some of the food supplies have recently gone missing. In light of this, I am left with no other choice but to introduce increased security measures. Starting today, food will be rationed to individual crew members and the provision storage will be guarded at all times. Oops. Some of the puzzles didn't feel very well thought out. In Inheritance. Because there was an aspect of repetition in the main game, but it was so much better executed than it was in Inheritance. Cool. That felt a lot like The Exorcist. Here is wisdom. Wanna bet the code is on the other side? 676. So, should we try to Well, hello there. That's not at all creepy. The ring?
Get up, Quartermaster. What's done is done. No use crying. We need to venture forth and find some fresh supplies. Here, take this. It will help you find your strength.
Okay, before I venture in there and probably run into Samara, I'm gonna see what's behind here. It was 676, I think. 6, 7. Oh. That's handy. Ah, Hamlet.
Thou knowest is common. All that lives must die, passing through nature to eternity.
Well, that's a good thing I went in there. Even though I have no illusions of getting all the collectibles. Because I never get all the collectibles in a game unless I use a collectible guide. Usually because I'm not interested. That kid's eyes are so creepy. Yeah. Okay, Samara. Throw your VHS tape at me. In 7 days. The whole thing with the mannequins remind me a bit of a game called Condemned Criminal Origins, where you play as a cop that gets suspected of murder, and you have to hunt down, because you're hunting a serial killer. He beats you up or knocks you out, takes your gun and shoots your colleagues, so you get suspected for their murder. Quite a common, or a sort of common trope, or common setup for a story. You have to redeem yourself, and you chase this serial killer, and you realize that this serial killer having a very hard time saying the word killer. This serial killer kills other serial killers, a bit like Dexter in the TV show. Oh, okay. Let's see. And okay. Ah, I get it. Let's see. Can we? Yes. See what seems to be up and down. Hold the phone. Now, if we go back, that should be it, isn't it? I would say it is. Ah. So I did something. Not quite sure what.
One suffers for another. Another takes their place. The machine goes on.
Okay. Yes, in that game, as I was saying, there is a sequence. Oh, 2-8. Where you're walking through a store and suddenly you start being urged towards by mannequins. Was the very long-winded point I was getting to. $12.38. Not quite sure what I'm supposed to do. Oh! Am I supposed to get it up to 38? I think I am. So, if we put it on 8, and we put it on 6, and then 2. That's 34. 43. 51. 58. So this will put us up to 64. And to 64 we will add 5. And 1. 70.
Time marches on. Death turns to decay.
Yes. There's nothing I can do over there. Yes, as I said, pushed along by mannequins. This feels like the same thing. Even though in Condemned it came as a very big surprise, so I almost shat myself. First time it happened. I got so scared. And that game was really scary. In one of those games, it was quite early, I think, in...
No man is an island, but one can become a vessel to carry within a flame of another.
Okay. Yes, one of quite an early game, I think. Not definitely not the first, but quite early when it came to like having first person mode where you could get guns.
It warms the heart. It feeds the soul. It makes the world so bright. So bright. A stolen flame burns strong. Burns quick. A stolen flame. Burns out.
Okay. Yeah, but that game forced you into melee combat with enemies because you had mostly melee weapons. You could at times get firearms, but whenever you picked up a gun, which you very seldomly got the chance to do, you usually had just a few bullets. and you couldn't reload a gun. You were stuck with the bullets that were in the weapon when you picked it up, and it only had like 4 or 5 bullets in them. And that game being also very dark, very threatening, it would push you into these situations where you had to venture in to those dark corridors, and you couldn't, like, you know, stay back and shoot as I prefer to do in horror games usually. But that game, you had to force yourself into threatening situations. Oh. I'm so sorry. I thought it was a loading screen. So I just stopped moving for a few seconds. Is that gonna turn into Uggo? Okay. Is that it? Probably not, but... there is something on the other side. Can we maybe, like, get in there through some kind of back entrance? This is not where I came from. There is a world outside of our own, hidden beyond a veil of black mist, where ancient beings dwell, immortal, everlasting. They move among us, unseen, unless they wish to be, unless they choose you, a mortal, to play their cruel charades. A plaything to be toyed with and discarded when they cease to amuse. Do not listen, do not play their game. The price is far too high. Beware you of great talent, of great skill. Beware you who have chosen their truth. You have seen their true faces. For you, only madness and death. Sometimes something is left behind, objects terrifying in form, puzzling in function. Fear them as well, for they are a manifestation of their wicked presence. Very heavy-handed on the symbolism. I would say. Even... okay, this game is about drama. So I can understand the dramatics. And I think that is a very, very aware choice they have made. However, as I said, I think it gets a bit heavy-handed. Again with the rats. That's cool. I felt a vibration in my controller. But we'll have to explore that in the next episode, because I'm gonna end this one right here. But I want to thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again in my next video. So until next time, this is the Wolfman signing off.